Hello, boys and girls of 4A and 4B. This is our second lesson, lesson 10.2, and today we're going to be working with triangles. Now, you might be wondering, why is there a picture of my daughter on the top of this lesson? Well, I actually just was looking for another image that might just kind of bring light to I'm sure what you're doing at home, spending a lot of time with your families and maybe doing crafts, and I just happen to have something for the kids to work on, and this is what my daughter created, and so I thought it would be fun to share with you. And Abby would like to ask, would you eat her sushi? Well, take a look closely, and some of you might know that this is supposed to be tuna. This is supposed to be fish eggs. Okay, so I maybe cod roe. And this is called, the yellow one is called tamago, which is egg. But really, this is not sushi. This is candy that is a little kit that you make this miniature edible food. And so all of what you see on the plate there is not really sushi. This is soy sauce, but it actually tastes like Coca-Cola. And the rice that was underneath the tuna and the egg tasted like grapes. And the fish eggs really tasted kind of like those little things that you get at Sincerely Yogurt that are like little round spheres that kind of are like jelly. And so they kind of had this orangey taste. I hope you guys are engaging in some crafts and spending a little bit of time outside too. And I wonder, would you have eaten it if it were really sushi? You'll have to let me know. So today, let's get started on our lesson. You guys are actually very good because I've already asked you questions so far this year about our, pardon me, excuse me there, 1 second. Okay, about our shapes, the triangles, and how to classify them. So we're going to officially learn how to do that today. And we're going to start just by understanding our learning target, which is how do we classify triangles by the size of their angles. So we're specifically looking at not side lengths, but just their angles themselves, whether they're acute or obtuse or right. And so we're just going to review here that a triangle is a polygon that has 3 sides and 3 angles. You can name a triangle by the vertices of its angles. Possible names here for this triangle. Look, you have actually 6 possible names because there are 6 possible ways to identify the points in the different order that you could put them in. So you could say that this is triangle ABC, triangle BCA, triangle CAB, triangle ACB, triangle BAC, or triangle CBA. An angle of a triangle can be right, acute, or obtuse. Let's go ahead and identify these. And I'm just going to make this very simple for you. If you see a right angle, just one right angle, because technically you cannot have more than one, can you? As long as you have one right angle in a triangle, we call it a right triangle, because imagine if you were to try to put a second right angle in. Oops. Look, you have 3 sides and it's not a closed figure, so it cannot. Any right triangle only has one right angle in it. It's going to look like that. And then we also have acute triangles. With acute triangles, all of the angles are going to be less than 90 degrees. Now with a obtuse triangle, You cannot have more than one obtuse angle because check it out down here. I have an obtuse angle, right? It's more than 90 degrees. If I were to make another obtuse angle, again, it would not be a closed figure. You can only have one obtuse angle in a triangle. So it's greater than 90 degrees, that angle. We're going to use the color guide now. If a triangle has one right angle, we are going to label it red. Go ahead, pause the video, and label your triangles. Great job. Now we're going to label any triangles that are having one obtuse angle as blue. Go ahead, pause the video, and give it a go. Great job. Pause the video for a second and find the obtuse angle in each of those blue triangles. Remember, an obtuse angle is an angle that is more than 90 degrees, and where you see I put those red angle kind of arches is where we have those obtuse angles. Okay, now lastly we have our acute triangles, and acute triangles have all three angles that are less than 90 degrees, and we can see that here, can't we? So I know I need to use orange, but I do not have an orange highlighter on my toolbar, so I'm just going to use yellow if that's okay with you. Okay, so let's keep going here, and what we're going to do now is we're going to notate, like up here with the possible tops. We're going to notate the names of the triangles, and we're going to be very careful to use the triangle symbol followed by the three letters that can name the triangle. Remember, you can use you can mix up the order of the vertices, and that still identifies the triangle correctly, okay? All right. I'm going to ask you to pause and do A, B, and C under the try this, and then play when you're ready. A should be triangle PQR, or changing the order of those letters. Triangle, the obtuse triangle should be XYZ because Y is an obtuse angle. And so again, you can change the order of the letters, and that's fine as long as you have the triangle symbol before it. And then lastly, we have triangle ABC with the acute angles. And again, you can change the orders of those vertices, which are named by the letters. Just jumping back to B, the reason why B is obtuse, right. The reason why A is PQR is a right angle is because you have the one right angle in a right triangle. Okay. Just to review, we have the acute triangle has three acute angles. The obtuse triangle has one obtuse angle, and the right triangle only has one right angle. So we're going to now use the Venn diagram to classify the triangles. You can write the names of the triangles in the Venn diagram. Go ahead, try classifying on your own. I am just going to go ahead and put in an A inside the triangle that I think is acute, an O for the obtuse, and the R for the right. I'm just going to write the letter inside the triangle just for myself to help organize these. As you can see, in yellow, I identified the two right angles and then immediately wrote down the R for right triangles. And then I went on to identifying any obtuse angles. And I did that with the red highlighter. And so I can see that those are obtuse. And then lastly, we have our little acutes that have all three angles that are acute angles, less than 90 degrees. So if you want to pause the video, you can if you didn't notate yet. If you did notate, then keep playing. The acute triangles are triangle RST, LMN, or ABC. And I just put them in alphabetic order just because I like things to be organized, but of course you could have them in different orders, your vertices. Your right triangles are triangles BCD or triangle BQR. And again, you can change the order of the letters because it still is going to create a triangle. Then lastly, we have the obtuse triangles. Triangle WVX, triangle DEF, triangle GHI. And again, you can change the order of the letters. Great job! You've completed the second video and the second lesson for Chapter 10. Go ahead and turn to your book page that you were assigned, which is the Share and Show, which is the next page in your book, and then you will check it with the answer key in Schoology and take part of the other activities that are on the list for your remote learning. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to teach Lesson 10.3 soon. Bye.